Hi, my name is Areli Jauregui. I am this year's Senior Vice President. May everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening, buenas tardes, masa et kaed, and welcome to the 2020 Bell High School virtual graduation. I am Rafael Valderas, your humble and proud principal, and it is my distinct honor and privilege to officially welcome you to the 92nd annual commencement. I would be remiss if I did not recognize our invited guests and dignitaries. Ms. Jackie Goldberg, LAUSD Board Member, District 5, Superintendent Jose Huerta, Local District East, Mayor Ali Saleh for the City of Bell, Ruben Valles, Community of Schools Administrator for the Bell Community Maywood, along with the members of the school administration, the planning committee, and more importantly, to our parents, guardians, and extended families. It is obvious that this year's theme will be community and resilience. Due to COVID-19, the recent closures of schools have forced us to change our normal lives, thus impacting our community with the loss of our sense of normalcy. During this time of social distancing, I witnessed firsthand unselfish acts of giving, sharing, and sympathy by members of the community, the school, and the neighborhood. It is these acts of heroism and altruism that have assured me that our learning community will be stronger and better for years to come. Seniors, let us not be defined by this pandemic. Rather, let us rise like the mighty eagle and soar above with pride, and remember that we will always be Bell Strong. As you embark on the next chapter of your educational lives, I caution you that the future will look harsh and very complex. Class of 2020, after this pandemic subsides, you will be judged by your actions. This is your current reality. Although I have faith you have what it takes to rise and lift each other into a positive trajectory because of your sense of community and resiliency, and more importantly, because you are Bell Strong. While graduation rates have continued on an upward trajectory for the last 4 years, the barometer of success must also move alongside with college completion. To the class of 2020, you will be known for many, many accomplishments, including 100% graduation rates for both STEM Gifted Magnet and the Avid Academy, and with above 90% graduation rates for the MTCA, Alpha, and Global Studies Academies. Further, you will also be known for your college acceptances. For example, you've been accepted to Caltech, Ivy League schools, UC universities, Cal State universities, private universities, and many, many more. But more importantly, let's not forget Class of 2020, our academic decathlon. Finally, you did it. We did it. You did it for our community. You are now called the 2020 LAUSD Academic Decathlon Champions. And because of all this, our school for the 5th consecutive year has been reported by the U.S. News and World Report as a silver medal recipient. What that means is that Bell will continue to be one of the best high schools in the United States and California. Because of your accomplishments, you will soar like the mighty eagle. Always remember, when an eagle has matured, it leaves its nest and soars to heights that are unlimited. When the eagle becomes an adult, it returns to its nest to lead the next generation of eagles. To that end, once you have completed your educational journey, you are to return home to change the world, to serve the world, and to lead the world. Class of 2020, I congratulate all the scholars before me and their teachers and parents for a job well done. I know you will continue to be resilient while striving to outdo your very best. Lastly, it has been an honor and a privilege to be your principal, and I congratulate you, and may you always pursue your dreams and take pride in whatever endeavors you may choose. Because why? Always and never forget that we are Bell Strong. Congratulations, felicidades, mabruk.
It's a pleasure to be here celebrating the class of 2020 graduates of Bell Senior High School. As we honor your achievements, we also recognize the many people here today who have supported you students on your path to graduation. Principal Balderas, teachers and staff, parents and guardians, family members and friends, everyone in the Bell Eagles family, thank you for everything you do every day on behalf of all our students. Students, the diploma that you will receive marks a significant milestone in your lives, one that will open up exciting new pathways and opportunities, and will greatly expand your ability to affect change in the world. Your graduation from high school represents a transition into adulthood. From this point on, your actions, your words, and ideas will carry more weight and will have more lasting consequences. This brings with it new responsibilities, including the responsibility to step away from the sidelines and to become actively involved in the process of making the world a better place. Former President Obama said we cannot sit around and wait for someone else to change the world. You are the ones with the power to make a difference, and you are the ones that must step up and act. Graduates of Bell High School, in order to change the world, you will need to be ready to embrace new and difficult challenges. Always strive to accomplish more than you imagine possible. I want to congratulate you particularly this year on coming in first in the academic decathlon for the district in Division 2. So as you prepare to embark on this next stage of your journey, your alma mater, Bell Senior High School, will continue to serve the future of this great community, along with guiding and inspiring future generations. Similarly, when you venture out into college or begin careers, you will continuously shape the institutions and organizations that you are in, just as they shape you. Embrace this power, this responsibility to change the world around you. Own it. I have no doubt that as proud Bell Eagles, you will continue making the world a better place and making yourselves and everyone around you extremely proud. Congratulations again to the class of 2020 Bell Senior High School. I am thrilled to share this joyous occasion with you today, and I cannot wait to hear about the great things you will achieve in the future. Thank you.
Good evening and congratulations to the class of 2020. It is truly a pleasure to have this opportunity to congratulate you for reaching such a wonderful milestone in your life. My sincere thanks to your principals, school administrators, counselors, and especially your teachers for helping to ensure you received a quality education. Most importantly, I commend you, the parents, for laying the foundation that made it possible for today's celebration. At home, you inspire your children, teach them their values, and provide them with the love, encouragement, and discipline they need to succeed in school and in life. Padres, es cierto que sus hijos reciben una educación de calidad en la escuela, pero también es cierto que es en el hogar donde ustedes, los padres, inspiran a sus hijos, les enseñan sus valores y les dan el amor y el apoyo que necesitan para tener éxito en la escuela y en la vida. Y por eso yo les felicito. To the class of 2020, your high school graduation is a defining moment that marks the beginning of the next phase of your life, which will be filled with opportunities and challenges. How you meet those challenges will determine your future success because each of you is special with your own unique talents and abilities that can be developed and nourished by furthering your education or training. The choices you make and your ability to turn mistakes into learning experiences will not only make you a stronger and better person, it will help to empower our community as well. While it may seem unreal today, the fact is that no matter what path you take, you are the future of our nation. It is your generation that will determine the well-being and quality of life your family and your community will have in years to come. There may be times when the obstacles you face, such as limited finances, family obligations, or work, will seem overwhelming and make you question your ability to succeed. But don't give up on yourself or your aspirations. Continue to believe in yourself and follow your passion until your dream becomes a reality. Draw on the same strength, determination, and patience that brought you to this special day. Your graduation is a clear indication that you are up to the task, no matter how hard the road ahead may be. Thank you for being an inspiration to me and all who know you. I know our community, our nation, and our world will be a better place because you are in it.
Hey students, it's Jose Huerta, local District East Superintendent, giving a shout out to the class of 2020 here at Val High School. We are all so proud of all your accomplishments. You were able to complete your coursework regardless of all the challenges we face today. Congratulations to you and your families for a job well done. I am sure your future is great, and good luck to all of you. Go Eagles!
Congratulations to the Val High School graduating class of 2020. You should all be very proud of the many expectations, achievements, and accomplishments you have attained to reach the status of graduating senior. I know that when the year began, all of you had high expectations and hopes for what was to become of your senior year, but yet would never have guessed what you would have to endure during this COVID-19 crisis. Myself being a parent of a graduating class of 2020 student, I know exactly what you have endured. And it's for this reason I have seen all that you have experienced, how you have persevered in the face of adversity, and how you have overcome many obstacles to come out on top as a graduating senior. It is for this reason I am truly inspired by all of you. You are truly a unique class. No other graduating class has experienced what you have gone through, and you have still come out on top. You are also unique because you are the class of 2020. 2020 signifies perfect vision. And looking back, if hindsight is 2020, I know that 20 years from now, we will see how these experiences have molded you into the excellent students and to the bold and brilliant and resilient leaders of our future. So class of 2020, I'm proud and honored to speak at your commencement, and I'm wishing you the best of luck in your future years. And I look forward to see the many achievements you will attain in the years to come. So continue to soar, class of 2020.
To the Bell High School Eagles, class of 2020. No one could have imagined 2020 would turn out this way. But as life, we never really know what will happen next, and your life will be that way as well. It is an adventure that remains ahead of you, a journey to fulfill your own unique purpose. My wish for you graduates is that you fulfill your own purpose, that you imagine, believe, and achieve whatever you set your mind to. As you move on to college and continue building your foundation for a better future, I ask that you remember your roots, your family, your friends, your neighbors, and most importantly, your community. Coming back to serve your community is a tremendous reward, not only for you, but for the younger generation that will look up to you. Remember to always be true to yourself and leave your mark. The world needs you. Life will not always be easy, but it will be as beautiful as you make it. Congratulations, class of 2020.
The honor of class valedictorians is granted to the student who has the highest grade point average for all coursework taken at Bell High School. The top GPA attained this year is a 4.55 for our STEM magnet and a 4.063 for our comprehensive Bell High School. These students must display an outstanding academic performance and possess exemplary scholastic integrity. This year's Bell High School will have 3 valedictorians, 2 for the Bell High School STEM magnet and 1 for the comprehensive Bell High School. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2020 valedictorians are Gilberto Castro and Ruby Espinosa from the Bell High School STEM magnet and Monique Ramirez for our comprehensive Bell High School. Congratulations.
The first thing I want to say is congratulations to the entire class of 2020 that is at home watching this. You spent 13 years going through school and the past 4 years working hard to graduate from high school. To walk up on stage in front of the crowd and have our friends and family cheer us on. Even though there may not be a crowd to give us the round of applause we all deserve, that doesn't make our accomplishments any less amazing. It doesn't take away any of the work we put in or any of our aspirations for the future. And it especially does not take away all of the memories and friends we made along the way. I'm sure you all remember the first day of high school, be it for good or bad reasons. Maybe you were just excited to feel a bit more grown up, or maybe you thought high school was going to be exactly like the movies. Or maybe you were a bit more like me, and you were just plain out nervous. I remember being a scared little freshman, just starting high school, and the first thing I did was walk into the wrong homeroom. And I just sat there until the teacher finally realized that I wasn't supposed to be there, and kindly told me where to go. Thank you, Mr. Lone, for not being completely annoyed by my inability to reschedule. Thank you, Mr. Lone, for not being completely annoyed by my inability to reschedule. My biggest concern, like a lot of people, was where I was going to spend break and lunch, and if I was going to make new friends. Being the shy, nerdy kid I was, and pretty much so am, it was a bit of a struggle to say the least. Eventually, I was lucky enough to find some friends that are okay with my awkwardness. And I want to take this occasion to apologize for all the times I annoyed each and every one of them. And thank you for all the fun times we spent, all the times at the movies, just hanging at the park, and messing around in Mr. Moreno's class, which is probably the weirdest class I took in high school. Looking back on high school, during times of quarantine and online school, I realized how quickly the years just zoomed by, pun intended. We went from nervous freshmen to entitled sophomores to stressed out juniors and finally worn out seniors. Technically adults about to go off to college, all to become nervous freshmen again. But this time we aren't just nervous about fitting in a new school with new people. We need to start planning our future. I know there's a lot of you out there who are just as worried as I am about the future holds, and that's okay. You may not have it, no matter what happens, you're in control in what you do with your future. And the most important part is that you're happy with your choices. Maybe you don't have everything planned out, or you just have an idea or a passion. Follow it. Think of all the high school memories you've made, all the embarrassing moments, the fun times with your friends, and late nights spent on homework. Because there are more of those coming in the future. We're living in a strange time, but it won't last forever. Things may look bleak right now because we lost the end of our senior year, but it won't last forever. we'll be back to being able to spend time with our friends and family in person. And in 5 or 10 years from now, we'll look back at this moment and be able to talk about how we graduated during a quarantine. What other class can say that? Even though this is definitely not what any of us expected from graduation at the start of senior year, it's still time to celebrate. To celebrate all our accomplishments so far, all the memories we formed in high school, and the bright future ahead of each and every one of us. We may be separated physically, but our hearts are still about high school. Here at Bell, we became mighty eagles, and now it's time for us to soar.
To the graduating class of 2020, we did it! We accomplished one of our early milestones in life. This is not our first milestone. We have had earlier ones like learning how to talk, taking our first steps, speaking our first words, moving on to kindergarten from preschool, and just taking bigger and bigger steps towards becoming independent. So now we are at the high school milestone, but it will not be our last one. There are other milestones to look forward to, like marriage, making a family, and buying a home. After we graduate, we make the decision of continuing our education or getting a job. No matter the choice we make, all different pathways are good as long as we work hard and stay committed. We will have some hardships in life, but we'll get through them just like we did in high school. We saw our fair share of hardships when we switched from tracks to traditional school, when we missed a week of school because of the teacher's strike, and now this pandemic that has kept us out of our normal learning environment. This year started off with what I thought was one of our greatest challenges. We lost a member of our Bell family when Miss Lopez unexpectedly passed away. She was an English teacher that touched many of our hearts, inside and outside of her classroom. I love how she never failed to make us laugh in class, but when she had to be serious, she got through the lesson strictly and showed what great of a teacher she was. After her passing, we all came together and paid our respects to her on Dia de los Muertos with the celebration of her life. Rising from this and other hardships shows how strong of a Bell community we are. Even though we had struggles and maybe times where we didn't have enough energy to get through the day, we still strive to get where we are. You know, the kind of days where you forget your homework or an important project at home and have a pop quiz during second period. Those are the days where you get to school and wish you would have been more prepared that morning. It was times like these that I look forward to seeing my friends at our lunch table. I knew they would comfort me and plan to go out for chili cheese fries and Starbucks to make me forget the day. The next morning, I would be back to laughing with the rest of the golf team and my coach, and the previous day would be a distant memory. When I think back on my 4 years at Bell, there are so many memories that come to mind. I remember my first day of high school like it was yesterday. Walking down the long, scary hallway, the nervous feeling of getting lost between so many people, and sitting in every class wondering, what is the dark side? You might be thinking, wow, that's all she remembers? I'm actually just getting started. What I remember most is how the day led to meeting great people in and outside of class. Friends made moments like eating together special. Coaches like Mr. Aviles never doubted us on the golf course or in class. English and biology classes made our brains overwhelmed with all the concepts we needed for our AP exams. Mr. Aviles and Mr. Robles made math interesting in many different ways. Which actually brings me to say I'm sorry to Mr. Robles for sometimes being a floja. Believe it or not, I actually like math. But it's funny because I know you're all thinking, who wouldn't be lazy in a math class? For many of us, all these high school moments are already starting to feel like memories. I would like to thank friends, family, and the entire faculty for all the beautiful memories and for helping us get to this point of our lives. I feel so blessed to have such a supportive family who has been there every step of the way. I will always be grateful for you all. I know we never got to say our last goodbyes, give our last hugs, or experience our last semester of high school fully, but there will be light at the end of this tunnel. Not being able to finish high school with each other, walking down the hallways on the last day of school, or given the chance to experience our senior activities doesn't mean everything is going downhill from now. There are many things we should be grateful for during these awful times. We have a support system from family, friends, and the Bell community. Together we have been through loss and hardships before, We may not be together physically, but we are still the Bell High School class of 2020. We will rise together as we head off towards our future. We'll never be those kids again, said Frank Ocean. Once we start our next journey, nothing will ever be the same anymore. We'll start becoming adults with more responsibilities and not as much guidance as we did in high school. School administration will be tardy sweeping us or telling us getting a class is important. We will have to make the right choices ourselves. Once we start our new lives, we won't be the high school kids anymore. We'll be so much more. Thank you.
Ruby Espinoza. How did I end up being valedictorian out of all people? I spent most of my life thinking that I'm not good enough, that I don't belong, that I could have done better. I am certain that I am not the only one that has said this to themselves throughout almost their entire lives, especially high school. For most, these were the 4 most challenging and difficult years of our lives. We were supposed to balance our schoolwork, social life, and time with our family, which is made even more difficult with APs and extracurricular activities. In my case, academic decathlon. School seems like the last place we want to be. We would constantly look at the clock and count down the hours, minutes, and seconds before we could finally go home. However, it's the place we end up missing the most. I actually do miss getting picked on by Mr. Moreno and Mr. Apodaca. I miss the long hours spent studying in a room full of nerds. I miss Mr. Robles yelling at us during homeroom to stop being cochinos. I even miss waking up early and having a regular sleeping schedule. High school is a big mess. I'm pretty sure we all had teachers we didn't particularly like. They either gave us too much work, didn't teach a certain way, or just didn't like you either. Whichever the case, we had to find a way to pass their class, and just hope we wouldn't get them as a teacher for a class in the future. Then there are things we never saw ourselves doing, such as fighting over a lunch table. I remember being a freshman and struggling to find a group where I would fit in, which came with finding the perfect spot where we would hang out all 4 years. I never saw myself having to kick out freshmen from our table, junior and senior year. My friends and I would mostly ignore it, but we could always count on Armando to speak up. The people are the best part about high school. There's my best friend Simple, who I would always pick on for being late. Kimberly, who would always complain about how much she dreaded calculus. Sarah, who would not stop talking about BTS. Armando, who always knew what to say. And Danny, who always knew how to make me laugh. Then there's the teachers. Mr. Apodaca knew my name before I ever walked into his office. And even though he was really mean to me, he was always willing to help. The man deserves a raise. Mr. Moreno taught me to see my own self-worth. Not one day went by where he didn't say he was proud of me, even when I doubted myself. I owe the biggest thanks to Miss Wilson, who guided me all 4 years and introduced me to a place where I felt like I belonged. She was my inspiration and will continue to inspire me and the people around her with her hard work and high spirit. I want to take this moment to thank all my teachers, administrators, and classmates, the ones who helped me along the way, the ones who supported me, and even the ones who didn't believe in me. You gave me the motivation to succeed with wanting to prove you wrong. I specifically want to thank my family, who have always been by my side, and my friends who believed in me, even when I didn't believe in myself. I wouldn't be here where I am today without you all. We might not have had the senior year we hoped for, but there is so much to look back upon. I don't know about you, but I envision sharing this moment with my family and my fellow classmates. We all wish we could go back to school, or at least be gathered here today one last time. As Monique said, the class of 2020 has surpassed so many milestones and has made greater accomplishments. If 9 strangers, one of which is a freshman, and the rest members of this graduating class, could come together and show the entire district the strength of Bell High School by earning first place in the LAUSD Academic Decathlon competition, then we, as the class of 2020, can truly achieve anything. I am proud of every single one of you. You deserve all the opportunities that come your way and so much more. We're all scared of the future and what's to come. Whatever the future holds, I know all of you will find success because we are destined for greatness.
The honor of class valedictorians is granted to the student who has earned the second highest grade point average for all coursework taken here at Bell High School. This year, Bell High School will have two valedictorians, one for our Bell High School STEM Gifted Magnet with a GPA of 4.5, and one for our Comprehensive Bell High School with a GPA of 4.016. The class of 2020 valedictorians are Andres de la Torre for our Bell High School STEM Magnet and Aileen Saavedra for our Comprehensive Bell High School. Congratulations.
Raúl Aguirre Rocha, Ashley Álvarez León, Montecarlo Amador, Damian Amezcua, Max Bailón, Carolina Batiz, Karen Castaneda Díaz, Marco Castillo,
David Cázares Aguilar,
Stephanie Cervantes, Catherine Colin, Emily Corona Sandoval, Anaí Cruz, Carlos Estrada, Naila Flores, Carlos Franco, Julie Garcia, Melanie Garcia, Javier Garibay, Alexander Gaspar Gamboa, Angelina Gonzalez, Leticia Gonzalez, Marlene Gonzalez, Matthew Gonzalez, Haley Guerrero, Abraham Guevara, Jocelyn Gutierrez, Valeria Hernández, Jacqueline Hernández Padilla, Julio Jaime Ábalos, Viviana Jardón, Hussein Casira, Ulises León, Anaís López, Claudia López, Elizabeth López Cárdenas, Alina López Ramírez, Juan López Sánchez, Esmeralda Lozano, Alma Lucero, Joseph Mares, Stephanie Marquez, Marilyn Marroquín, Kimberly Marroquín Cáceres, Joseph Martinez, Michael Matlock, Dominic Medina, Carlos Méndez, Magda Mendoza, Ariana Muñoz, Evelyn Murillo, Joseph Ochoa,
Catherine Orellana,
Berta Ornelas, Maleni Ornelas, Haley Pacheco, William Palacios, Abel Parra, Ivana Paz, Jose Peláez, Luis Perales, Jose Perez, Justin Perez, Jonathan Ramirez, Kevin Ramirez, Roxanne Ramirez, Victor Ramirez, Jesus Ramirez Hernandez, Eric Ramirez Martinez, Melvin Ramos Giron, Jennifer Rebolledo, Gabino Reyes, Jonathan Rios, Melvin Rivera, Alisa Rodriguez, Amy Rodriguez, Cassidy Rodriguez, Vanessa Rodriguez, Jesse Romo, Natalie Rubio,
David Reese,
Efraín Salmerón, Hassan Samhat, Angel Sanchez, Christian Sanchez, Jasmine Sanchez, Sergio Sanchez Gracias, Marvin Sandoval, Alejandra Santos, Susana Santillanes, Giovanni Toledo, Juan Torres, America Toscano, Ashley Vargas, Miguel Vargas, Angel Vasquez, Anthony Vasquez Medina, Brenda Vasquez, Brian Villanueva, Gabriel Virgen Garcia, Maritza Birrueta, Diana Sazueta, Ricardo Sendejas,
Leticia Abarca Hernandez, Carlos Aguilera, Joel Aguirre, Diana Alarcón, Mariana Alatorre, Denise Alejandre, Walter Alvarado, William Alvarado, Osahar Alvarez, Laura Amaya, Sebastian Angel, Christopher Angulo, Michelle Angulo, Jose Arriola, Christopher Arriola Silva, Selena Barragan, Allison Barrera Flores, Anthony Baru, Natalie Virgen, Santiago Virgen,
Eric Bravo,
Christian Bravo Montes, Yvette Cariño, Fátima Castro Portillo, Herbert Castro Portillo, Antonio Ceballos, George Cepeda, Itzel Cervantes, Alan Chavarria, David Contreras Vasquez,
David Contreras Vasquez,
Marlon Cornejo Hernandez, Miguel Corona Robles, Marlene Cortez, Jared Cruz, Eric de la Cruz, Maximiliano de la Cruz, Helen de Paz Turcios, Enrique de Haro, Juan Devora, Alondra Diaz,
Carlos Díaz,
Peter Diaz, Cesar Diaz Guerra, Daniel Duarte, Jacqueline Durazo, Jorge Enamorado, Jessica Escalante Salazar, Wilma Escalante Salazar, Janice Estrada, Brad Flores, Brian Flores, Jose Flores, Jessica Franco, Valerie Gallardo, Esteban Gaona, Esteban Garcia, Gisela Garcia,
Roberto García,
Arturo Garibay, Marlene Gaspar, Jocelyn Gomez Aliman, Freddy Gonzalez, Henry Guerrero, Martín Gutierrez, Melissa Gutierrez, Guillermo Guzman, Hussein Harb, Alfredo Hernandez, Alicia Hernandez, Ashley Hernandez, Otoniel Hernandez, Veronica Hernandez, Damien Herrera, Ali Hijazi, Anthony Huerta, Giovanni Ibanez, Rana Conifer, Eduardo Ledesma, Angel Loiza, Luis Lopez, Raimundo Lopez, Luis Lopez Raya, Abraham Magallon, Alejandro Magallon, Aaron Martinez,
Gustavo Mejía, David Mesa, Adrian Mojarro, Michelle Montalvo, Brianna Monteagudo, Luis Muñoz, Jaffe Najera, Roger Nava, Jesús Nicolás, Armando Ordaz, Jensi Orellana Hernández, Ariana Ornelas, Juan Osorio, Kate Palma, Paola Peña Moreno, Carlos Pérez, Isaiah Pérez, Alondra Pérez Corona, Lita Petrakowski, Sarah Portillo, Oscar Portillo Ventura, Ángel Ramírez, Crystal Ramírez, Monique Ramírez, Anthony Ramírez Cruz, David Ramos, Eric Raya, Natalie Raigosa, Adán Retamosa, Carlos Reyes Rodríguez,
Jocelyn Ríos,
Jesmar Rivera, Jasmine Rodríguez, Paloma Rodríguez, Catherine Rodríguez Arteaga, Vilma Rueda Ibáñez, Grace Ruiz, Naidelín Ruiz Fonseca, Jasmine Rubalcaba, Jamil Saab, Rima Saab, Ana Salas Camacho, Hassan Saleh, Hassan Saleh, Marwa Saleh, Melanie Sandoval, Evelyn Saravia, Yesenia Segoviano Gamboa,
Roberto Serna,
Marco Solís, Eric Talavera, Sebastian Tapia, Eric Telles, Maylene Torres, Jaylene Torres García, Natalia Urias, Nicholas Vázquez, Emanuel Vega, Jimena Velázquez Aceves, Rufino Vélez, Caroline Verdugo, Millie Zamora Ramírez, Kevin Carola, Juan Cruz Ramírez, Julio Estrada, Daniel Gallardo, Brittany Jiménez, Diana León Delgado, Jacob López, Marcos Martínez, Noé Mendo, Michael Mendoza, Ángel Miranda, Anthony Monroy, Samari Monzón, Samuel Morales, Lisette Muñoz, Nicole Ortiz, Danelli Ramírez, Jacqueline Raigosa, Daniela Rizzo, Aileen Saavedra, Iriam Sainz, Andrea Salgado, Rubén Sánchez, Rosario Utrilla Godínez, Juliana Valdés, Saraí Varela, Madeline Zamora, Gerardo Zúñiga,
Andrew Aldana,
Felipe Alemán, Patrick Alonso, Giselle Amador, Nicholas Anguiano, Angel Ansaldo, Anthony Arriola,
Aniel Ayala Ortiz,
Jason Valderrama Fentres, Joana Barraza, Daisy Beltrán Torres, Alex Bueno, Aileen Burgara, Tatania Burola, Cody Cahill, Emilio Calderón, Gustavo Campos, Francis Cárdenas Clemente, Elizabeth Castro, Rafael Castro, Mohammed Shaheen, Christopher Chavez, Lucio Chavez,
Christopher Cortés Rojas,
Eric Curl Franco, America de León, Allison Dueñas,
Pablo Escamilla Reyes,
María Escobosa Bray, Ashley Fernández, Brian Fernández, Kevin Flores, Victor Frisch, Nicholas Frometa, Jalen Galca, Donna Gámez Felix, Fátima García, Ivan Gómez Uribe, Emanuel González, Leonardo González Hernández, Angel Guizar, Daisy Gutiérrez, Daniel Gutiérrez, Justin Gutiérrez, Melanie Gutierrez, Emily Hernández, Reinaldo Hernández, Cielo Herrera, Sarah Ibanez, Giovanna Lopez, Samantha Lubiano, Natalie Malagón, Kayleen Marcellus, Chris Marín, Giselle Martínez, José Martínez, Elder Medrano, Laura Mejía, Josué Menjivar, Antonio Mesa, Ellen Mesa Solís, Karina Morales, Raúl Morales Venerio, Jair Nuno Barrios,
Isaías Olagüe,
Virginia Osorio, Melanie Quintanilla, Ashley Ramírez, Eddie Ramírez, Casey Rentería, José Ríos Ruiz, Yerica Rivas, Jasmine Rivas Martínez, Cassandra Rivera, Nelson Rodríguez, Carlos Rodríguez Cisneros, Carlos Romero, Daphne Salazar, Karina Sánchez, Steven Sánchez, Kate Sandoval, Neyi Sandoval, Catherine Santos, Yulisa Sierra, Amairani Silva, Abraham Solache, Brian Sotelo, Johanna Telles Domínguez, Leslie Torres,
Diana Torres Lascano,
Max Ulloa, Eduardo Valverde, Bonnie Vargas Ruiz, Edward Vilches, Barbara Villavaso, Anthony Cepeda,
Christopher Cepeda, Elizabeth Cepeda,
Juanita Abundio, Armando Aguilar, Andrew Aguirre, Leslie Alanis, Chris Alfaro, Myra Alvarado, Aishel Antúñez, Nancy Ansaldo, Sarah Ansaldo López, Danny Arteaga, Abraham Arvizu, Stephanie Avila, Mohamed Ayub, Alexander Baltazar, Adrian Barajas, Alondra Bautista, Oscar Benítez Castillo, Brianna Carrillo, Donna Castañeda, Juan Castañeda, Evelyn Castellanos Guillén, Andy Castillo, Rebecca Castillo, Sinfo Castillo, Gilbert Castro, Andrés Ceja, José Cervantes Soto, Mohamed Shaheen, Loki Chaides,
Fátima Chavarría,
Roxinelis Chavez, Samantha Chinchilla, Jaden Corona, David Cruz, Andrés de la Torre, Oscar de Loza, Nicholas Dominguez, Adrian Duarte, Leonard Espinosa, Ruby Espinosa, Luis Ángel Espinosa Alfaro, Mariana Estrada, Sergio Estrada, Laura Ferrell, Jonathan Fierros, Christian Garcia, Jacqueline Garcia, Jasmine Garcia, Delmi Garcia Turcios, Maha Gacham, Giselle Gomez, Sherelle Gomez, Melissa Gomez Ibarra, Alma González, Alexis González, Kimberly González, Ulises González, Caitlin González Horta, Alejandro Gudino, Mayeli Guerrero, Clara Guerrero Hernández, Iona Gutierrez, Angel Hernández, Rafael Hernández Casillas, Martin Hernández Jr., Joseph Jacobo, Areli Jauregui, Christian Jiménez, Andrés Juárez, Carlos Leal, Nathan Leal, Kevin Lemus de León, Dania Limón, Angélica Linares, Anthony Linares, Isabel Linares Rubalcaba, Ariadne Lizárraga, Georgina Lizárraga, Michelle Lobato, Sherlyn López, Jimena López, Rodrigo López Jr., Edgar Loyola, Jasmine Mancilla Zamudio, María Manzo, Daniela Maravilla, Alexandra Martinez, Marlon Martinez, Osiris Martinez, Yael Martinez, Fernando Martinez Jr., Vanessa Martinón, Antonio Medina, Gabriel Medina, Jesus Medina, Edgar Mena, Ángela Mendoza, Albert Mesa, Vanessa Molina, Kenia Molina Sandoval, Guillermina Monsiváis, Manuel Montes, Vanessa Montes, Diego Mora, Lance Morales, Claisa Morales Escalera, Wellington Muñoz López, Patricia Murguía, Karen Navarro, Samantha Navarro, Desi Nevares, José Ochoa, Areli Ordóñez Chávez, Jocelyn Ortega Campos, Billy Ortega Romero, Alexis Palacios, Eric Pastora, Adriana Pelayo, Eddie Peña, Emmanuel Pérez, Fátima Reda, Justine Reyes, José Ríos, Raúl Ríos, Ronnie Ríos Sánchez, Boris Rivera, Jeremy Robles, Jonathan Rodríguez, Marley Rodríguez, Alexander Rodríguez Pérez, Anayeli Romero, Sergio Romero Gallegos, Alexander Romo, José Ruiz, Oscar Ruiz, Musa Saab, Fátima Saleh, Hassan Saleh, Hussein Saleh, Kenya Salinas, Daniel Sánchez, Sebastian Sánchez, Paulina Sánchez del Real, Samantha Sandoval Tamayo, Mary Santos, Kelly Sarmiento Ramírez, Kevin Sauceda, Eric Serrano, Mariana Solís, Cindy Solís Estrada, Jeffrey Sosa, Isabel Torres, Melanie Torres, Stephanie Torres, Ivan Valencia, Cristian Valencia Sánchez, Andrew Vargas, Alexia Vázquez, Daniela Vázquez, Asael Vázquez, Yara Vázquez, Camille Velasco, Estela Velázquez, María Velázquez Fernández, Rafael Villalobos, Christian Villalón, Daniel Villarreal, Gloria Zaragoza.
Mr. Balderas, I certify to you that each candidate presented on the official graduation list has met all the requirements set forth by the State of California and the Los Angeles Unified School Board. I present to you the class of 2020.
Thank you, Ms. Torres Ring, Assistant Principal. Bell High School Class of 2020. Please stand. By the authority invested in me as the principal of Bell Senior High School, the laws of the great state of California, and the policies of the Los Angeles Unified School District, I hereby accept and confirm that the seniors of the class of 2020 whose names have been presented to me are hereby graduates of Bell Senior High School. Graduates, at this time, you may move your tassel from the right side of the mortarboard to the left. You are now considered alumni of Bell Senior High School. Go Eagles!